Good morning, everybody. I am so glad to be here this beautiful morning. It is Thursday, May 7th, and in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about mental health and what that means and how you can get help for your student in GPISD. So I am a licensed clinical social worker and have worked with students for approximately 10 years and have learned some of the stressors that cause students to have difficulty in their mental health. And so because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, I thought it would be a good idea to speak to you a little bit about what students sometimes experience at school and then how we can get some help. So obviously with this pandemic, a lot of students are experiencing some feelings of disconnection, and once they're home, they are more at risk of feeling isolated or isolating themselves. Um, just not a desire to do anything at all, maybe spend more time in their room or spend their time um, maybe not with their parents. And so that might bring you some worry or some concern. And I really wanted to let you know about Dial Care, a new program that Grand Prairie ISD is offering our students. So if you have a concern, first of all, about your student, if you're seeing some changes in mood, some irritability, some anger, maybe lack of desire of doing anything, even unrelated to work. Maybe they used to love playing video games and now that doesn't even seem fun to them. Or if they're sleeping more, or if they let you know that they can't fall asleep at night, or if you see your student is lacking an appetite and not really desiring to eat, or their appetite has changed, then those, and if they've happened for approximately 2 weeks or longer, those are some concerns that you might want to look for. Some more dangerous concerns are thoughts, dark thoughts, thinking they don't want to live anymore or questioning life. And so those suicidal thoughts, we have to take every single one very seriously. And we recommend that you contact your, if you're able to speak with a doctor or your family physician, or you can take them to the hospital emergency room. And if it is absolutely an emergency where you think your child is going to hurt themselves, then we recommend you call 911. But today we're talking about those symptoms that are less critical, but that you're noticing a change. And so we at Grand Prairie ISD created created a partnership with Dial Care, an organization that provides therapy via telehealth, via the iPad that your student was issued through GPISD, or their smartphone, or your computer with a webcam. All of those three different measures can assist your student in getting therapy right in their own home. So I want to tell you, I'm going to tell you a little bit about where you can go to get more information. So if you go on to gpisd.org/dial care, you will get all of the information that you need to have your student apply and begin to set an appointment for a therapist and a therapy appointment. And so you will need your student's ID number, and a student can do them themselves, like I said, right through their iPad or their smartphone. And then a mental health professional is going to reach out to you and your student to talk a little bit more about what's been going on. And they will get consent, meaning they will ask for your permission to speak with your student and to find out more about what's been going on. And they will then schedule a session after school or in the weekend, and they will probably talk about those feelings and those emotions that are really difficult to talk about sometimes with parents, and sometimes even with school counselors or school social workers. And so it can be anything from those changes in mood to stress, time management concerns, bullying prevention concerns, things like that, that a therapist can has been trained and can kind of walk through what are some really good ways of dealing with those different situations. One of the key things that I want to encourage you to tell your student about is if they are having fears and anxieties about the pandemic. This is uncertain times. None of us really knew or know how to react to this situation. And if adults don't really have an idea, students more so. So I really wanted to make sure that I mentioned that if you have a student in your home with, a GPISD student in your home with some anxiety issues, social anxiety issues, maybe a fear of leaving the house, maybe, which is fine, and all of this is normal. We all have to decide when we're ready to do those things. Or anxiety about going back to school. Dial Care is going to be available all summer long and into next year. So appointments in the summer are set at the time that is best for you and your student. And in the once school starts again and until the end of this school year, the next 3 weeks, you can schedule an appointment in the evening or on the weekends. And it is very convenient because I think that once school gets back into the physical brick and mortar building, you'll want to schedule their appointments after school or on the weekends. And so I just really want to recommend that you look at gpisd.org/childcare to get more information. I also want to encourage you to reach out to your school social worker. If you have a student, so Dial Care is for students between the 6th and 12th grade. So if you have a student in elementary school, please reach out to your school counselor or their social work hub, which page that you're on right now. You can direct message us through Twitter or Facebook Live. Facebook. We have our private messenger that no one sees, and we can definitely connect you with some resources for your elementary age student. And so for those of you who have 6th through 12th graders, if you are concerned or have more questions about Dial Care, you can definitely reach out to us here at the Social Work Hub, but you can contact your school social worker, your school counselors. We're all trained and able to answer all the questions that you have about Dial Care and this new program. And just remember that any emotion is normal right now. Anything that you as a parent are feeling is normal. Anger, frustration, sadness, worry, happy, joy, all of those. They might change day to day, but they're all normal, and there is no way we would know how to react and how to feel about a situation like this. So I want to encourage you to reach out for help during the entire year, but especially during May for mental health awareness. I also want to thank you for going out and getting help, because getting help is a really difficult thing to do, and admitting that you need help. It can be scary. It can be intimidating. It can produce nervousness or anxiety to talk about the feelings that you're feeling with a stranger. Yet what I've heard in my many years of doing therapy with adults and children, that sometimes speaking to a stranger that's not going to judge you in any way, that's going to listen to your feelings, sometimes tends to be easier. So I'm glad that you're here today. I'm glad that we're able to connect, even if it's virtually. Please reach out to the Social Work Hub. We're here to help. Please reach out to your school counselor or social workers. We are all here to support you, not only with your mental health needs, but if you are in need of food, utility bill assistance, some rental assistance, And next year, we'll continue these for the rest of the school year, but next year we will also be assisting yet again with school supplies and school uniforms. So make sure to check back with the GPISD Social Work Hub Facebook page to get more information. Again, I'm glad that you're here today, and I wish you the very best and for the rest of your week and your very best mental health.